So we're going to come on over to our bolsters and roll down and see how just rolling down how that feels. Kind of stretches out the low back. And we're going to start with just a few breaths as we lengthen the legs and the upper body, rolling the shoulders down. And if it's too tight across the chest, bend the arms and continue to roll the shoulders. And then we're going to reach our arms out and up in angel arms and do a few of these slowly. And with the eyes closed, you can feel what's opening up. That fascia, we're just waking it all up in the shoulders and the arms. And let's do one more and reach our arms up over our head, and let's lengthen the arms. So we could feel how the ribs are opening with our breath. And we're going to turn the head to the right and keep the arms up. And then over to the left, same thing. And then back to the center and slowly bring the arms down. Let's put our hands on those low ribs and close our eyes and breathe. And as the head presses down, it releases the jaw. So feel the jaw. Slightly open the mouth. And we're going to do a few circles with our hands on our face for the jaw and for the facial muscles. And find that tightness and just massage it out all over. And let's do a few more times. Maybe go underneath the jaw and around to the ears. And then find your temples or around the ears, wherever your fingers are guiding you, and into the scalp. And let's find underneath the eyes. So thumbs kind of going out underneath the eyes on the skull line, just right above the eyes. And massage that area and kind of press up there with your thumbs as you go out. And feel the difference in your face. Let's do that one more time. And really slowly. So you feel pressure on there. It's going to help the sinuses. And then we're going to bring the arms down and take a few more breaths. Just notice the change. Now with our eyes closed, let's make big fists with our hands and then release. And do that a few times. Feel the unfolding of each finger after the fist. And just do it where it's comfortable. We're kind of releasing any tension in the hands. Let's do a couple more. And then stretch the fingers all the way out, and we're going to gently take each finger, touch it to the thumb, slowly. And this is going to help the fingers, just a little bit more movement, a few more times. And then wiggle your fingers. And feel like there's something in your palms. So a lot of times we feel like there's a ball of light in there. So let's focus on a beautiful ball of light, whatever color you choose. And allow the fingers to naturally curl and just easy does it, releasing any tension out of the fingers and the hand. And feel like this ball of light has weight. It's really energy that we're feeling in the hand. At the same time, let's take a few more slow breaths in the belly. And if there's any tension in your jaw, just let the jaw open a little bit and take a couple more breaths. And now feel the whole energy in the body, all over your body. And last deep breath. And let's transition. So we're going to roll onto our right side. And we're going to start with those just shoulder circles. So we feel the mechanism of the shoulder as you rest your arm on your side. And allow the head and the neck to open here. So the head is fully pressing down. And then circle the shoulder in the opposite direction. And then let's start to reach the whole arm up and around. And release the arm as you allow the chest to open and make the bigger circles. And a couple more with this left arm. And then we're going to do the thing where we hold the arm open so the chest can open. Allow the head to roll a little bit more to the left so you could feel that lengthening. Move the arm in any way that's comfortable, or just allow it to be where it is, and feel the opening in the pectoral muscle. And a couple more slow breaths. And wiggle the fingers. Kind of let that energy out of your fingers. And then we're going to bring the arm around and let's do our spinal twist so we can have our chest face the bolster and breathe. And while we're here, feel how the ribs are opening. And let's take a few more slow breaths. And now let's bring our hands closer so we could press ourselves up. And first of all, just feel the uprightness, and then twist a little bit more to the right, and take a few more breaths. And then let's make our way over to the other side. Let's see how our shoulder circles are with this right shoulder. So we're just going to start with the circles arm on the side and feel the stretch in the neck as you do this. Just very gently, easy does it. And let's see about circling the shoulder in the other direction. And if it helps to keep your eyes closed so you could feel the movement, do that and just feel the stretch. And one more shoulder circle. And then we're going to do the whole arm slowly and roll the chest open each time you bring that arm around. And a couple more, just super gently, allowing the whole arm to lengthen as we circle the arm. So you even feel it all the way down in the hip. So now when you get that arm around there, let's hold it open and lengthen and breathe. And we're releasing energy out of this side. You can even wiggle your fingers to lengthen the arm even more, and a couple more breaths. And then let's bring that arm around, and we're going to do the same thing and face the bolster with our twist and breathe. And let's continue to lengthen and take a few more breaths. And last deep breath. And now we're going to press ourselves up and twist a little bit more to the left as we breathe. And then we're going to come around and face the bolster with our straddle. And let's put our hands on the bolster and just take a few breaths and check in as we sit upright. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Feel the lengthening of the spine. And just try that again. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. This time we're going to twist to the right. Breathe into the twist. And let's twist to the left. And then we're going to come to the center and an easy forward fold. Hinging forward. And we want to be able to put our forehead down and breathe into the spine. And as we're breathing, let's feel the 3-part breath in our back. So they correspond, so the belly is kind of like the low back. And feel how the kidneys are opening and just receiving the energy. And as the upper back gently lifts and lowers, you can feel how the scapulas kind of move and the wings roll down. And let's try a few more of those breaths. And now let's gently roll up so we can check out what has occurred. So we're going to put our hands behind the hips, roll the shoulders down, squeeze the shoulder blades together and look up. And big breath. And then sit back, just the center. Let's take our right ear toward the right shoulder. Just let the neck open. Take a couple more breaths. And let's go to the other side. So left ear toward the left shoulder. And if you feel like the right shoulder is coming up, just roll that down. And a couple more breaths. And we're going to come back up. And again, let's twist to the right. Just feel the lengthening. Breathe into the ribs. And then twist to the left. And we're going to come to the center and another forward fold, hinging from the hips. And we're going to focus on that same breath we did before. So feel the kidneys opening, receiving that energy. So helping the blood be able to clean itself out here. The more we relax, we're letting the energy into our body. And using the diaphragm so the belly is pressing down into the bolster. And feel the whole lengthening of the spine. And let's take a few more slow breaths. And then we're going to gently come back up and take a deep breath. Just kind of notice now the lengthening of the whole spine. And as you close your eyes, feel the whole breath again. Slowly, slowly. Even feel the pause between each breath. And now we're going to move, we'll open our eyes, we're going to move our bolster to the right leg. Gently let yourself come toward the bolster and breathe. And let's take a few more breaths. And we're going to come back up and keep the bolster where it is, so facing forward. Take another breath and feel. And then we're going to move the bolster to the left leg and do the same thing, hinging toward the foot. And as you roll the shoulders down, you could feel underneath the scapula, underneath the wings, and breathe into it. And one more breath. And let's gently come back up. Keep the bolster right where it is and face forward. And just feel that lengthening. Feel the difference. Now we're going to put the bolster down beside us, but let's keep our legs like this and take our right hand down and reach the left arm over in a side stretch. And it's wherever you want it to be. You can relax the left arm. You can hold the head. Let's take a few more breaths into the stretch. And then we're going to go to the other side very slowly so we could feel the difference. And let's bring our right arm over. And a couple more breaths. And let's gently come back up. And again, just feel. So we're going to crisscross our legs here so we could forward fold. You could use anything you want. You could bring your bolster in front of you, kind of knowing where your places are to open. And let's take a few breaths here and lengthen. And notice if you can feel the evenness in the breath from the right side to the left side. And a couple more breaths. And then let's gently sit up. So we're going to move the bolster out of the way, but keep our legs crisscross applesauce. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to twist to the right. Breathe into the twist. Let's take our right arm up and over toward the left. And breathe. And let's come back up. And we're going to do the same thing as we twist to the left. Take that deep inhale. Reach the left arm up and over to the right. And let's come back up. This time we're going to come to the center and roll the shoulders down. Let's hold our hands behind us. Just feel that rolling up, back and down. And we're going to look up. And then head to neutral. Let's take our right ear toward the right shoulder as the arms go to the left a little. And we're going to go to the other side just comfortably. And then back to the center, releasing the hands. So now we're going to bring our legs forward and stretch them out. And let's put the bolster behind us for our back bend. We want to continue to lengthen and make sure that you've got your block or whatever it is behind you to support the head. Especially if there are neck issues, you really want to have the head supported. And let's continue to breathe here. Closing the eyes and allowing the lengthening to happen across the chest and slowing the breath down. We're going to focus on the belly area and feel as though it's this beautiful ball of light, this ball of energy, the battery for our body. Visualize and feel this energy. As you continue to relax your head and relax the back and breathe. And visualize this electricity in the belly, this vitality coming into every cell and molecule. And feel as though our arms are embracing the whole world as you breathe. And with each exhale, we're slowing the breath down and feeling the pause or the space between each breath. And this vitality coming into every cell of our being. And let's take 5 conscious breaths. Now we're going to turn to the right. So we're going to bring our left arm over our head and breathe. Feel that stretch and opening again, finding the space or the pause between each breath. And it's such a great awareness tool for any area that's not receiving this energy. Just stay with it and send your love into each cell. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And we're going to roll to the other side and do the same thing. We're unwinding tension in our body, and we're going to take the right arm over the head so we can open up the side and breathe into it. And softening the breath, following the inner movement in your body. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to gently roll back to the side. And we're going to use our hands and press ourselves up. And let's see if we could do a little forward fold. So you could put your bolster on your legs. Anything that feels comfortable. And breathe. And let's take 5 slow breaths. And then we're going to gently come back up, just so we're seated, and take a breath and feel the stability in the hips and the evenness of each inhale and exhale. Now we're going to move the bolster to the right, so we could do another spinal twist here. So we're going to take our right leg over the left and twist to the right. But what we're going to do is kind of shove that bolster underneath your right leg. We're going to let this pose happen. Whatever you want to do here in this pose to feel a little bit more lengthening and twist, you can make it your own. You could even go all the way over. It kind of depends on your body and where you're feeling it. Just explore. And a couple more breaths. And we're going to try this on the other side. And the whole idea is so we're using our bolster to help us come into a deeper stretch that our body might need. So let's cross our left leg over the right and move that bolster into the left hip or leg. Twist to the left and allow your body to open as you breathe and lengthen. And a couple more breaths. And then we're going to gently come back to the center, and we're going to lay on our bolster. So the belly's on there, head off the bolster, chin at the edge. And let's take a few breaths, just letting the weight of our body press into the bolster. And once again, feel that 3-part breath. And if you can, and you desire to, we're going to take our right hand and flip it up on our low back. Bend the arm so you could feel this deeper stretch. And if it's too much, you can adjust. You could take the left hand also. You could hold the hands or just let both arms be back there so it's a deeper stretch. And now with your chin on the bolster, we're going to slowly move the head a little to the left. Just feel whatever you're feeling in your neck, in the upper back. And then the head rolls to the right a little bit and do the same thing. See if you can release the shoulders. And then head back to neutral. Take another slow breath. And if it's too much, again, you could move the arms a little out to the side. It kind of depends on whatever injuries you might have. We're going to put our hands down on the mat, so hands underneath the shoulders, and let's do our cobras, supported cobras, with the breath to lengthen the spine. Make sure you're moving the head each time. So our head is an extension, the whole cervical vertebrae. So let's really feel whatever we're feeling and do a few more. And we're going to come all the way down and bring the arms over the head and just take a few more breaths. Totally release your chin to the edge of the bolster. And again, feel that whole breath. And 2 more breaths. And then we're going to press ourselves back slowly to a child's pose. However it's comfortable, you can put your head on the bolster, or you could have your thighs hug the bolster. And 3 more breaths. And let's gently come into our downward dog to stretch out the legs. So we're going to roll the hips up. And you could make it whatever length you want to. You could walk your legs forward. Just see what feels good. You could press one heel down and then the other. And release the head. And then we're going to slowly come to a seated position on the bolster. So a little crisscross applesauce here. And we're going to take a few breaths. And roll the shoulders down. And let's put our palms facing up on our lap. And feel the lengthening. Feel that beautiful breath coming in and going out. And the balance in your body. So our posture is long, spine is lengthening with each breath. We're going to open our eyes and twist to the right, the upper body. And let's gently twist to the left. And we're going to come to the center and put our feet down and hinge forward, stretching and lengthening the spine. And a couple more slow breaths. And then let's come back to our cross-legged position and cross the other leg over. And take a deep breath, closing the eyes and feel. And then we're going to bring our hands to our heart to seal in our practice today together and wish ourselves, our homes and families and communities, and our brothers and sisters peace all over the world. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, ladies, for coming today. I hope you have a marvelous Sunday. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.